Hello, everybody, and welcome. So happy to have you here with us today. I'm Leslie Vitel. And I got to say, if you're an integrative, functional practitioner out there, working, seeing clients, seeing patients, and you are looking for strategies to help you to ramp up your Fullscript sales and better serve your clients, you are definitely in the right place. I think you're going to love today's show. Um, and if you're not familiar with Fullscript, I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, by the end of today, you will be intrigued enough with our conversation that you are going to feel, pretty comfortable in going in and opening a free account. So I am super excited about today's topic because I am looking forward to learning myself about Fullscript's new features. So we are here today. We're going to be chatting with Ally Foster. Welcome, Ally. So happy to have you.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
So Ally, just to kind of give you a little bit of background, Ally is from Fullscript. She's been with Fullscript for several years now. She's going to share a little bit more about her history. And today we are going to be talking about where efficiency meets efficacy. Meet the new Fullscript. And some of you might know about Fullscript. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of give you an overview on the company. So Fullscript started as a way for practitioners to order and virtually dispense healthcare's best supplements, which in of itself is brilliant. This year, they are on a mission to empower practitioners to help patients get better and stay better by embracing the whole person care approach. So, Ally Foster, a product expert from Fullscript, is here to show the brand new Fullscript experience. Can't wait to hear more about that and talk about how it's saving practitioners time while giving actionable insights that they can use to optimize and personalize their plans. So again, I want to welcome you guys, welcome everyone who is just joining us. I'm Leslie Vitel once again, and I'm a practice growth expert and mentor. I work with health practitioners across the board in private practice, especially functional and integrative practitioners. And what I do is I help my clients to attract more of their own right fit clients and to sell more programs, grow a profitable practice, integrating multiple streams of revenue into their business model. So, with that little bit of an intro, again, I want to welcome Ally. And just so happy to have you here with us today. I got to tell you, I'm super excited to kind of like go behind the scenes and see what Fullscript has been up to. I've been kind of hearing rumblings, but honestly, beyond that, I don't know what you guys have been up to. So welcome, Ally.
Thank you so much. And I think this is the perfect time for us to chat. Like you mentioned, I've been with Fullscript for about 4.5 years, and I have seen the company grow and evolve so much over the last 4.5 years. Like we are a bit of a rocket ship. There has been a lot going on. We move really quickly, and we've done so much since I first started. And our mission, is helping people get better. And I think that there's a lot of beauty in the simplicity and the openness of that statement. So obviously helping patients get better, whatever that looks like for them, helping practitioners get better at, whole person care, helping practitioners get better at growing their business. But we've also gotten better lately in terms of I think the value that we're offering to practitioners and patients. And honestly, I've never seen as many exciting things happening at Fullscript as I have in the last 6 months. And that's really all starting to evangelize and sort of come to life now. And we are starting to sort of roll this reimagined experience out to our customer base. So it is the perfect time to chat and show you kind of what's coming, why we built it, what's behind these improvements, what it's going to unlock for practitioners and their patients. So I'm really excited to tell you a little bit about it, and then hopefully I can get my screen share to cooperate and I can
Yeah,
give you a little tour of the
that would
new
be
experience. So if you're someone who uses Fullscript already, you'll get a sort of a sneak peek or a preview of what's changing and what's better. And if you're someone who's not, then you get a quick demo of what Fullscript is and what it has to offer.
perfect. Sounds amazing. All right. So, can you tell us a little bit about Fullscript, just for those in our audience that might not be completely familiar with Fullscript? Because there are some folks that are maybe this is the first time they're really digging in and taking the time to learn. So, what would you say? Give us a little, kind of a little overview.
Yeah, for sure. So historically, Fullscript has been a virtual platform for practitioners to order and recommend the industry's sort of best quality supplements for their patients. So we have like the industry's most comprehensive catalog, I would say, with top quality brands like Thorne, Metagenics, Designed for Health, and 140 plus other brands. So the way it works is that it's completely free for practitioners and patients to use. Practitioners can order from the catalog at wholesale pricing, or, and this is really the bread and butter of what we do, they can write supplement plans with really thoughtful dosage instructions and send them to their patients virtually. So they can go through that catalog. There's tons of like decision support in there, information about the products they're seeing, and they can add and build these plans for their patients along with instructions, their own resources, anything else that would sort of support this idea of like whole person care. So they send that to their patient. The patients can access their supplement plan from their practitioner at any time, on their device. And for them, on the patient side, it's really a convenient sort of e-commerce experience. So they can review, order, ship to their doors. We have a great mobile app that we launched last year for patients. So they get refill reminders to help with adherence. They can use auto ship to sort of automate and refill based on the dosage instructions that their practitioner has set. So it's sort of smart, and we'll sort of bundle their supplement shipments together based on knowing the duration and the dosage recommended by the practitioner, so that those patients are getting new bottles before they run out. We're also HIPAA compliant. We integrate with dozens of EHRs. And we also have the option, which is really nice for practitioners, to create a profit or a no profit account. So with a profit account, practitioners get 35% off margin in terms of MSRP to play with. So they can divvy that up in very flexible ways. So they can make a passive revenue stream. They can choose to pass some of those savings on to their patients in the form of discounts. We obviously know cost is a major barrier to adherence. So practitioners really have a suite of discounting tools to decide how much of these supplement recommendations are they looking for passive income and revenue streams, and how do they want to pass savings on to patients to engage or re-engage them. But practitioners can also easily choose a no profit account, in which case Fullscript automatically gives all patients 10% off of MSRP of these products. So that's sort of the foundational key core offerings of Fullscript.
Okay. So let's jump right into the new stuff, right? So what I'd love to kind of start out with in this part of our conversation is to get a better sense of, we know that Fullscript has been in the process of kind of launching what you referred to as a reimagined experience on the platform. Can you be specific in terms of, what are the problems, or I guess from a marketing like the pain points that you guys were attempting to resolve through this updated new experience?
Yeah, absolutely. And when we release stuff from the product side, we're constantly working on upgrading, improving, creating brand new functionality on both the practitioner side and the patient side. This update that we're going to talk about today is really all about the practitioner. Some of our updates really focus on that patient experience, because we know how key that is, right? To practitioners doing their jobs well and getting good outcomes. But we do have aspirations of being more than just supplements. So we wanted to make it easier for practitioners of all clinical backgrounds to offer personalized whole person care and to write these optimized plans. But we know, and we are hearing so much, that burnout is a very real problem for practitioners and their support staff. So saving them time, offering more intuitive workflows, automating tasks, helping with patient adherence and support is something that we really wanted to solve. And so if I could sort of there's a number of different things that are new and reasons why we built them, but I would say that helping practitioners scale their business, scale their comfort and their supplement IQ, their how much they're growing into this integrative space, like they're scaling their knowledge while also not burning out and hopefully offloading some tedious tasks. That's what we wanted to sort of unlock with some of these changes. So we basically wanted to help practitioners level up their supplement knowledge, offer more personalized integrative care, discover new products, learn new treatment approaches from a source that they can trust, and in a place where they can then turn around and actually action it. So it's all happening in one place. Offering decision support tools and actionable insights so that practitioners can start crafting these optimal supplement plans, but in less time.
I love that. So does it make sense for us to kind of dig in and maybe do a little screen share and show us?
Yes,
Nothing
absolutely.
like actually being able to see it, right? To be able to visualize what sounds amazing.
Yep, I'd be happy to give everyone a tour. So I'm going to share
Great.
my screen. Please let me know, Leslie, if
Okay.
you see what I
Yes.
see.
Yay. It's
Yay!
working.
It is. Okay,
Tech
great.
gods are working for us today, right?
So I'm going to do a quick demo here. Again, depending on who's watching, some of you, this might look familiar, but a little bit different if you are already a Fullscript user. And for someone who's never used Fullscript before, I'll try and keep that in mind and kind of give you a walkthrough of how to use Fullscript, but in this new reimagined experience as a health
Okay.
provider. So the first thing you're going to notice when landing on your homepage after you've created your account, on the left-hand side here, we have our main navigation. So for those who used to use Fullscript, it used to be along the top, and there was a lot going on there. Like there was a lot of drop downs, there were a lot of categories. It's been simplified now into a more intuitive left-hand navigation. What's nice about this is it really clearly separates the two workflows or the two purposes of why a healthcare provider would log in. So you have everything to do with creating patient plans, and then you have your wholesale catalog. So for example, if I go into my wholesale catalog, I click to open it, all of our products are here. You can scroll down, you can click on a product to get more information about it. On the left-hand side, you have your favorites. So if you have favorited any products for wholesale ordering, just to make that process faster, if you're stocking inventory for your clinic, you tend to order the same stuff over and over again. You can navigate to your favorites or even to your orders, which is blank. I don't have any real data in this demo account, but it makes it really quick for you to identify your top products or things that you've previously ordered and order again. Where I want to spend probably the most amount of time is on this concept of writing patient plans. So if I go back to my homepage, you'll notice at the top, there's two like sort of quick start tabs. One is to craft an individual plan. So this is if you're seeing a specific patient, you want to craft something that is truly personalized to them, reflects their goals and the outcomes that you're trying to drive. We also have the option for practitioners to do multi-patient plans. So this is a great way for practitioners who maybe tend to run group visits or they offer programs. They can create a plan with products, resources, handouts, really detailed instructions, the outcomes that this should, help to drive. You can label it nicely, and then you can choose to share it with all of your patients, just multiple patients. So you can batch select a group of patients that you know are all sort of on a similar journey, or you're working with them on one sort of specific outcome. You can even, as a practitioner, publish a multi-patient plan, copy a link, and put it out into the world publicly. This is a great way to sort of work more efficiently, scale your impact, and even acquire new patients when you're sort of sharing your plans and your programs externally. People can actually sign up for your dispensary right from that link and then self-serve from your plan. So it's a good way to get your expertise out there and actually grow your practice.
So would this be something that practitioners can use like on a newsletter or maybe even on social media?
Yep, social media, websites,
Okay.
newsletters. There are so many places that you can put this link
Right.
to drive traffic to your dispensary. The
Okay.
last thing, and I'm going to show you all of these things in detail. The last thing is to explore templates. This is another really great time-saving tool for practitioners.
Mhm.
So a template is just basically a blueprint for a plan or a protocol. So
Mhm.
it's something that you have added your products in, maybe they're like specific instructions, really thoughtful. Dosing, dosing directions, any resources that you want to attach, you can save that as a template and use it over and over again rather than starting a plan from scratch. So if there's something that you typically treat, and of course every patient might be different, you can still start with that template, and it'll save you a ton of time, and then you make tweaks and adjustments based on who you're sending it to. That on the flip side, if you're someone who is just getting started in functional medicine or integrative medicine, or you're faced with treating something that you haven't really treated before, or an outcome that you're not super experienced with, we actually have a ton of free templates that our integrative medical advisory team, we have a whole staff of like really experienced, really smart integrative practitioners from a multitude of backgrounds, clinical backgrounds, and they work with us on curating templates, resources. Everything is cited so that you can see the evidence. So there's all of these ready-made templates as well, pre-populated, and you can take that, you could send it as is, or again, you can customize it for the patient that you're sending it to. So couple of quick things right there to give you an idea of the flexibility and the time-saving aspects that we have available for sending plans. So over on the left-hand side now, this is where your patient list would live. So you can, import patients in the top right-hand corner. You can add a single patient, create a profile for them. We can go ahead and click right into a test patient. So let's pretend that this is a patient that we've added, that we've been working with. If you scroll down, you can see a plan that they are currently on, any products that have been removed. I'm going to also show a new feature. I'm going to describe it a little bit, but it is live now. You can now do something called current supplements. So we know that when a practitioner, whether it's the first time they've met with a patient or whether it's a follow-up appointment, sometimes you're trying to get that clinical context of what is that patient already taking, right? It's very important to help inform your plan to make sure that it's personalized, that you're going to be safe and effective with what you're recommending to them from an ingredient perspective. And we hear from practitioners, they're wasting the first 20 minutes of their appointment going through with patients, okay, what are you currently on? What are you currently taking? How much of it are you taking a day? Where are you sourcing it from? Or patients are coming in with like a bag of bottles or pills.
A bag.
And saying like, oh, these are all the stuff I'm taking. And sometimes you send an intake form, and we've made it so easy now where you can actually trigger through Fullscript when you add a patient, it's right in their welcome email, or you can copy a link and put it right into their intake to show them or to ask them to capture what are they currently taking. So we now have a database of over 80,000 products, not just from Fullscript, from tons of different sources. It's probably the largest database now of supplements in North America. So patients can scan the bottle with their mobile app,
Oh,
or they
nice.
can go in and search and type it. It'll pull it up. There'll be a nice visualization of the bottle, and they can add what they're currently taking, and it will show up. So I'll show you what it looks like.
Okay.
So this patient, Jennifer Glad, has filled it out. So you're going to see a list here of everything that she is currently taking. It'll indicate if it is not on Fullscript. That might be a good cue for you to, if you decide you want them to continue taking that ingredient or that product, to find an alternative within the Fullscript catalog so that you know it's potentially higher quality, you're capturing that revenue, you're tracking the adherence. It just gives you sort of more control over what they're taking. On a product by product level, you can show the ingredients and the totals of how much they're taking based on what they've input and how much they're taking a day. And as you scroll down, you'll also see this nice ingredient summary. This is not only live now in a Fullscript patient profile when they've uploaded they're currently taking, but also as you start to draft your own plans, net new, and you start to add products, we're going to now start to show practitioners a list of all of the active ingredients in the products that they are adding. This was another pain point.
Amazing.
Right?
Yes.
Whether they're super experienced with supplementation or whether they're just learning, we were hearing that it was very overwhelming for practitioners to do that mental math of how much is my patient currently taking of each active ingredient and how much will they be taking as I start to add to or adjust their plan. And so you can actually see a breakdown here of all the different ingredients. If you hover over the bottles, it'll show you how many different products is that ingredient coming from,
Okay.
products. So it's a really good way
Very
of
cool.
practitioners avoiding that mental math and the tedious manual ways that they had of tracking things. So this was a
Love
huge
this.
time-saving thing, giving practitioners, that extra clinical context before they go to start writing a plan,
Yep.
and just insight into what their patients are taking.
I got a question for you about this. So, all right. So, normally we or a let's say a functional medicine doctor or practitioner of any kind really, normally what we would do as a patient would be to kind of fill this information in via their EMR, right? Whatever EMR they're using. It's I'm thinking it feels very similar. So are you suggesting that you don't want to have the patient do it twice, right?
Yeah, so I think it's right now, I think future iterations, we're going to be looking at how can we make sure that this integrates with our integrated experiences. So right now,
Okay.
this is available in a web platform. We are going to be thinking about, okay, how do we adjust this and build this so that with our integrated partners, it's built
Okay.
into their intake form. We also have practitioners that can choose to include that link for the current supplements in their welcome email to patients, but they also don't have to. There's
Okay.
flexibility. You could also, we know practitioners are capturing this sometimes in their EHR.
Hmm.
What we hear is that sometimes they then have to that information is there, but it's not formatted in a really actionable way. They're not
Right.
getting a clear ingredient breakdown. They're not seeing the source of the products or where it's from, or
Totally agree.
or it's kind of clunky for patients to fill it out on their end, or it gets lost in the shuffle of the paperwork. So I think that this is a really nice way where you can copy that link and you can actually embed it into your intake process.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be a this or that. It can be, you can copy this link and use this way of capturing what patients are taking in terms of supplements
Hmm.
within your current intake workflow using your EHR or whatever else is working for you.
Okay, that makes a ton of sense. I mean, this is way more usable. Just the formatting is it's just so much more usable,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I think if I were had this opportunity, if I had to pick, I would definitely have my patients put their data on this
Mhm.
because it's just more useful.
Yeah. And there's a ton of other clinical context that we know
Mhm.
practitioners are capturing through an intake form, through their EHR, medical history, patient goals, current symptoms, medications, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so there is a place in a workflow for that. This is specifically when it comes to supplementation,
Yep.
capturing that, and then you can copy it. You can also copy it and you can pull it over. It's all going to live in Fullscript though. So when you
Okay.
go to Fullscript to write your supplement plan, then all of the information and the history about what they're currently taking is at least in that place where you're going to do that workflow.
Amazing. I really, really appreciate this.
Amazing. So going through this patient plan section of your left-hand nav, again, not a real store, so we don't have any data here, but this is typically where you would see your patient orders. At any point, you'll notice here you can build plans, like there's CTAs everywhere, so different
Mhm.
practitioners have different workflows, but that build plan button is never very far off. Under the plans tab on the side here, you'll again see a list of here's all the individual plans that have been sent to patients. You can click to view one. It'll pull up, this is just a test account, but it'll pull up what that plan looks like.
Mhm.
You also have multi-patient plans. So this is what I was describing earlier, where you may have something that's a better fit for a group. And you can preview or modify who has access to that plan. This is where the templates live. So you can create your own templates and they can live up top. So you could have one for sleep support, blood pressure, things that are quite generic and that quite a few people, you
Right.
might be treating it often. And then these are the ones that I was mentioning that Fullscript actually creates. So for example, winter health, if you pull it up, there's a couple of different attachments like physical activity, immune
Mhm.
health, sleep hygiene, self-care for the winter months. And then as you scroll down, you'll see all of the products that our integrative medical advisory team has recommended. And then if you click over to evidence, this is where you can see, you know,
Nice.
why we've included what we've included. And so you can go ahead and really quickly add that to a plan. And then it would go up into the draft corner and you could send that off.
So I think I heard you, oh, I just want to ask you real quick. I think I heard you say like for groups.
Hmm.
So can we kind of back up and go there just for a moment? Because I have so many people in my audience that are doing, kind of moving in that direction with group
Sure.
programs.
Yep.
And I think this could be a really, really useful feature of the new platform for such people. So it looks like, okay, so basically you would input the names of the people in the groups and you're not necessarily personalizing, right? Did I get that right? Or maybe you can personalize if you want to, but
So, I mean, building a multi-patient plan is very similar to building an individual plan in terms of the
okay.
workflow and the process. So
Okay.
you would just say, here I've already selected, I want it to be a multi-patient plan. In
Okay.
this drop down at any time, you could change it back to, you know what, actually, I'm going to just
Got
send it
it.
to this one person. I might circle back later and make it a multi-patient plan for everyone, but you can select here. This is where I want it to go to multiple people. And
Okay.
there's also a template option in that drop down. You would then name it. So you could say like winter wellness, for example. In terms of only me, you could say, I want, you can click that drop down. You could select specific patients and start
Okay.
batch selecting again
Got it.
patients who would benefit from that program. If you know, or you have a list of patients that you see or clients that you see, they've all opted in to be a part of this program. You would just search for them, batch select them, or you could make it available to all of your current patients.
Okay.
And or your entire dispensary. And
Okay.
in that case, it's just going to appear in every patient when they log in on their side. It's going to say my plans or community plans,
Mhm.
and they can self-serve from something that you sent them directly or from things that you've given them access to. And
Okay.
again, when you publish the plan, it will give you a link that you can, and that's where you can take that link and put it out into the world to drive attention to that program or to that plan.
Okay. I got it. Okay.
Yep. So you would name it. You could add any instructions.
Mhm.
You can start from a template, even if you're doing a multi-patient plan. If you have a template you want to start from, then this is where, and this is very similar to if you were going to create an individual plan, you would add supplements and resources. So let's say, and so I'm logged in currently as a licensed medical doctor. What it's showing me when I go into the catalog is top recommended products by licensed medical doctors, products that I frequently recommend. And as
Mhm.
you scroll down, it's going to give you a couple of different categories. But like, let's say, I want magnesium. So if I search magnesium, it's going to give me some products. I'm going to click on the filters. This is where you can include other common ingredients. You can
Mhm.
exclude ingredients. You can narrow down your search by
Mm.
different brands. The form is super important sometimes,
Nice.
right? I'll show you another amazing thing actually while we're here. This is brand new. So magnesium L-threonate. Let's say that's an ingredient I specifically want to recommend.
Mhm.
So I know I want this ingredient. I've selected, how much of the ingredient I want the patient to take. And I
Mhm.
have that all like up here on the product display page. I can now click compare similar products. This is
Mm.
another thing that we were hearing a lot of feedback from our practitioners of a pain point, right? They know the ingredient they want to recommend, and even in some cases, the dosage, but they want to compare a couple of different options.
Mm.
If I click on this, you're now going to get this nice table that pops up, and it's going to show you usually 2 to 3 different alternatives to the original product that you selected. So so this is the one I had originally chosen. It's going to show 2 others that have the same ingredient composition or very close, but
Mhm.
that are maybe a better match for different criteria that we know can drive patient adherence. So if you scroll down, you'll see here's the dose, like here's how much they'd have to take a day in order to hit my dosage or my ingredient intake level. I can see cost per month for the patient.
Mhm.
Again, this is based on the dosage I've set. So it's going to give you an idea of like, what is the patient going to have to pay in order to like follow this, even just this specific product of the plan? What is the repurchase rate? So in this case, we're actually surfacing up Fullscript data, historical data from patients saying, when patients have been recommended this and have filled it, how often are they refilling it? So it's a good indicator of patient popularity by product, as well as the size, the form, and then allergens and certifications. So is it certified vegan? Is it gluten-free? Is it dairy-free? So that you can choose whether you're doing a one-to-one and you know that the patient you're seeing doesn't want to take a lot of tablets, that's a deal breaker for them, or they're super cost sensitive, you want to find a more affordable option, or they have some really strict dietary needs. This allows you to pick something that is going to be the best possible fit for them while still matching your ingredient intentions. If you're writing a multi-patient plan and you're creating a program, perhaps you're more interested in cost, maybe because you know there's going to be a number of products in that plan or program and you're trying to make it manageable. But you could also look at this repurchase rate, which is a really good indicator just generally across the board of which products are more popular with patients. So it just gives you that general popularity. And there could be a number of different factors, right, of why a product tends to be a favorite with consumers. So it gives you that idea as well. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and do this one and I'm going to add it to my plan.
Okay.
So now I'm going to go back up, review my multi-patient plan. Probably I would add a number of other things here. I could also add resources. So we haven't really talked about this. This is another time-saving aspect. So you can create and upload your own resources, patient handouts, attachments, whatever, have a library of things to attach to plans. But we also have a ton that we have created for free. They're beautifully designed. They're all evidence-based. They're on a whole range of different things. There's nutrition stuff, there's shopping lists, there's recipes, there's a guide to a Mediterranean diet, there's sleep support, how to interpret and read labels on supplements. So there's a lot of infographics, guides, handouts, resources here. They've all been created again by our medical advisory team. You can use them, you can download them, save them, print them, attach them to your plans. And so that's something else as well that you could
Nice.
so let's say I want to do an avocado toast. It's winter, we're all feeling a little blah. You're gonna get some avocado, something that feels sunny. So you have your plan here, you have your avocado toast attachment, you have some magnesium L-threonate, you have a bunch of other stuff that makes way more sense than this, and you can publish that to whichever group you want having access. So that's how the multi-patient plan works. And honestly, it's much the same workflow and process if you're just sending it to a single patient as well.
Got it. Yeah, it looks like you just click the box. It's as easy as that if you want to, have it for a group versus an individual.
It's pretty straightforward. So
Yeah.
so that's sort of the key part of the platform right now. The changes that we had specifically made are like making things much more streamlined, better organized, more intuitive. If you do go into this patient catalog, we have a couple of quick start options here to get people to those core actions faster. A few things to help people discover products that they might not otherwise find without having to do a bunch of tedious research. We have health areas here. So like learning more about metabolic health, a couple of different categories. Here's some common ingredients that are shown to have efficacy in achieving that. You can click right away to open a template and leverage it. I mean, there's so much that we're doing here. Quick menus to drive people to health areas to help them refine their search faster. Yeah, there's a lot that we've done to really elevate this into not just a marketplace for supplements, but a clinical tool to help practitioners write those really thoughtful, personalized plans, ingredient-led, really thoughtful ingredient curation, but really quickly.
Yeah, I'm curious. What is this direction that Fullscript is heading in? Like with all these new changes?
Yeah, I think what we want to start doing is just making whole person integrative like healthcare more accessible, both to
Okay.
practitioners and to patients. We want to make it easier for practitioners of all clinical backgrounds, regardless of how immersed they are in this world, to find it easier, faster to recommend supplements specifically to their patients, but also to start to think about like, what else goes into an integrative plan? What is the patient currently taking? What ingredients are they already ingesting? And let's understand that. Everything from being able to attach those more like lifestyle intervention resources, offering group programs. There's a lot of benefit to community care, right? And like accountability there. We haven't even touched on, and this could be a whole other chapter, so maybe another day, the patient side of things. Like on their side, they're getting everything in their mobile app. They're feeling empowered and ownership over capturing what they're taking and seeing that. We do refill reminders. We have the auto ship program. So I would just say that we're trying to help it make it easier for practitioners to lean into this space and take the time to offer that personalized care, but maximize their time. We are handling a lot of the logistics, the administrative stuff, patient engagement, finding ways to save them even just a few minutes here and there. We know that that can go a long way. We have an amazing customer support team. It's a
You
word,
guys do.
and we hear that all the time. And I think that's a unique aspect of Fullscript that is not the technology, it's the people. That patients call in, like the thousands of patients a day, and we are helping them with everything from placing their order on the phone to returns to
Yep.
questions about, making sure that, we still respect and preserve that relationship between the practitioner and patient. That is sacred. But are there things that we can take on and take off of the practitioner's plate so that they can focus on just making the most of their time with their patient, growing their practice if that's something they're doing, or getting part of their life back, getting like hours in the day that is for them. So I would say that's the direction we're heading in, is really making things efficient for the practitioner, so that they can scale their care and their knowledge of integrative medicine.
Love that. So what would you say for the practitioners that are watching this today and, they're interested in what they hear? What would you say the next step is?
Yeah, so again, Fullscript is completely free. I would say if you're currently a Fullscript customer, you might have access to this slightly new looking, but definitely elevated experience. If so, that's awesome. We hope you're enjoying it. If not, it's coming to you very soon. So I would just, as soon as you get notification through email or inside your platform, there will be a couple of indicators that you're eligible for the upgrade.
Okay.
Go ahead, find a time that works for you, upgrade as soon as possible so you can start to take advantage of like that current supplements feature, the product comparison tool, that nice like ingredient breakdown that you're going to start getting on plans and on patients currently taking. So go ahead and upgrade that.
Is
And
that it to upgrade? Like, how does one upgrade?
yeah, so it's
We
really,
push a button? Do we
yep,
call? Do we, what do
push
we
a
do?
button. It's going to be a nice big
I
banner.
love
You won't
that.
be able to miss
Okay.
it in your platform. You're going to get a couple of reminder emails to make sure you don't miss it.
Okay.
Once you become eligible, there will be a 30-day window where you will have 30 days to make that upgrade whenever you're feeling ready. So it's not disruptive at all in your day-to-day. And at the end of the 30-day window, and again, you'll get lots of little nudges and reminders, you'll automatically be upgraded. But we wanted to give people that sense of control so they can upgrade when it works for them.
Okay.
Really though, we've been testing this and all the feedback has been really positive. People are finding it very intuitive, minimal disruption. Like they are just like loving it kind of right from the get-go. That being said, if you're a current customer and you have feedback, good, bad, ideas, suggestions, we always encourage you to reach out. It really does get heard. A lot of what we've updated today and what we've launched was rooted in customer feedback. So please do give us your thoughts. And if you're not a Fullscript customer, but you're a healthcare provider and you're interested in anything that you saw today, even if you're just in discovery mode, like there's so much built in here from the templates and the ready-made protocols, the ready-made resources, the catalog with like the discovery pages of different health conditions and products that are popular with other providers like you. There's so much here to learn from. And we can do a one-on-one demo with you. We do that often with practitioners who are new to just help them understand, how does this fit in with your practice? Every practice is different. Every workflow is different. And so we're really good at understanding what a practitioner needs and how they want to work and making this work for them. So I would just encourage you to sign up for Fullscript. It's free again, and then we'll be in touch to help you sort of make use of it, make the best use of it.
Right. Yeah. And just so you guys know, I have an affiliate link if you're interested in using that. And that is lesliebytel.com/Fullscript. So pretty easy to remember, right? So lesliebytel.com/Fullscript. And I am personally a huge fan of Fullscript. And gosh, it just keeps getting better,
Thank you.
right?
So too. We're a
Just
little
when
biased.
I was like, okay, how can they possibly get better? You guys continually find ways to do just that. So, how wonderful to hear all this new stuff. So, all right. So basically, bottom line is people that are interested, the practitioners that are intrigued by what they see, either number one, get yourself a Fullscript account if you don't already have that, right? Get yourself a Fullscript account, lesliebytel.com// Fullscript. If you already do have an account, then once you get notification that your account is up for an upgrade, then go ahead and push that button and maybe even schedule a call with someone internally. Where should they, if they choose to do that, is there a specific email they should use?
Yeah, it really depends. Some practitioners already have a point of contact, and so I would
Okay.
encourage them, if you have someone that you're, otherwise, if you go to fullscript.com, there's a support page. Again, we have a really amazing support.
Okay.
So you can call in or chat in, and we will find
Okay.
the right person to chat with.
Okay.
And I should also mention, when it is time for you to upgrade, when you hit that button, it's like instant. Like you are like immediately flipped over. None of
Okay.
the data changes. There's not like
Okay.
this big process of getting everything moved over.
Wow.
It's really like a reset of your browser, and everything will be
Okay.
there. But we'll have the new features and the new, more intuitive design. So it happens instantly.
Great. All right. So as we start to wrap up, are there any kind of final words of wisdom that you'd like to share? Anything
I
that you
think,
want to really highlight?
yeah, I think just appreciation for being here, appreciation for our healthcare providers. We know from talking to them day in and day out what everyone does, and the toll and the time that takes. And I think we are just really, really, truly passionate this year as a company about thinking around the role that we can play in making whole person care more accessible for patients, but also for practitioners. There's a lot of practitioners that we know that want to do more of that type of care and that approach to treatment, but it's a lot to learn, a new model. It's a lot if you have to like add new technology. And all I will say is that we are doing everything we can to make this free technology easy to sign up for, easy to understand, and like really quickly, once you get on it, hopefully it should feel so intuitive and fit in so well with existing workflows that it really is an instant relief and a time saver, and not a burden of another account to have. So yeah, just appreciation for the invitation to come and chat with you. And
Sure.
just a big thanks. And we're looking
Great.
forward to what we have coming this year. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming this year.
Okay.
So keep your eyes open for it.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ally. And everyone in our audience, be on the lookout for the opportunity to upgrade your account. I'm certainly going to do that on my end. And if you don't yet have a Fullscript account, go on over to lesliebytel.com/Fullscript. Get yourself on Fullscript. It is free, right? So get yourself set up, kind of get oriented. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think a great place to start if you're just kind of brand new to this world is start with yourself, right? Like, there's so many products on Fullscript. And I can also mention, just FYI, as spring is approaching, a lot of folks are going to head out for spring break or, just summer is actually on its way, believe it or not. um, Sunscreen products, skincare products, right? So I know I did a little stock up before spring break.
Yeah,
So
that's a great call out that we have more than just supplements. We have personal care products that
yeah,
all align with that importance of quality, non-toxic,
yes,
like the highest sort of quality that you can get, professional grade, really. But like you said, like skincare, electrolytes, like bath stuff, essential oils. So again, everything that goes into that whole person care, it's more than just supplements, and we do have those products as
do
well.
you
So
guys
that
have pet care?
we used to.
I
It's
thought you used to. That's
yeah.
been on my to-do list. So to like, I have a dog that's turning 10 and I'm like, you know what? I think we need to kind of try to get ahead of what may be to come with, joint pain and things like that. Do
I
you guys
just
still have
I
pet
just
care?
searched pet care in the catalog and I'm seeing a few different products here.
Okay,
So,
cool. All
yep,
right.
lots of
Got to
stuff
take
for
care of
dogs
those
and cats.
pets too, right?
Yep, exactly.
So
Okay.
I love that. Like there's everything. There's food, there's teas, like herbal teas, like
There's chocolates that have
oh,
like the designs for health chocolates are the best. Like the
what
vitamin D.
what really design?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. They have some amazing dark chocolates, very
Okay.
low, if not no sugar. And yeah, when we go to
Okay.
conferences, like all the Fullscript staff, we're always like, oh, I think we need to bring those as samples. And then we end up sitting like at the booth and we're snacking on them all day. But they have
That's great.
amazing chocolates
I
and
will look into that. That is really good. All right, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. All
that's
right,
it.
guys. Have a great rest of your day, an awesome week. I look forward to seeing you next time. And Allie, thank you once again. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank
Bye,
you
everybody.